Kwasi here, and in this video, I'm going to share with you how you can reprogram your subconscious mind and really transform yourself at the core level to believe in something that you originally wouldn't have believed in. And at the end of this video, you're going to learn the 2 keys to actually using affirmations properly and getting to a point where they actually become effective and you see tangible results in your life. Before I begin this video, I wanted to quickly announce that the free one-to-one consult for the Reality Mastery Program is open. If you are looking to work with me and in the Reality Mastery Program, make sure you click on the link in the description below to sign up for your consult, and also wait till the end of the video for the announcement on that. So with that, let's get started. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about subconscious mind reprogramming, and in particular, using affirmations and a combination of visualization to do that. So the problem with using affirmations is that what happens in our lives, how our subconscious has been programmed, is through experience, okay? It's about what we've heard, what we've experienced, and how our mind, our subconscious mind, has been wired as we've grown up. So this old conditioning is very, very strong within us, and it overtakes any time you try to program something new in. This is why people are unable to break free from that old conditioning. And what you must do is consciously override this, okay? And there are systematic ways to do that, and that's what I'm going to share with you throughout this video, and at the end particularly with the 2 keys. So what we have been programmed up until now, and I've noticed this in my personal life, is that we're quick to express dissatisfaction when something doesn't go our way. But whenever good things are happening, we never notice them. So what do you think happens when you do that? You start to attract more and more things that you focus on. If you focus on dissatisfaction and feel dissatisfied, you naturally attract those things into your life. You become a magnet for those situations. Like attracts like. When you start to become grateful and you consciously get to a point where you express gratitude towards the good things that are actually happening, what do you think happens? You attract more and more situations for you to be grateful towards, right? So I've been personally conditioned growing up to express dissatisfaction and complain when things don't go right. All right, and to give you an example of this, I remember when I was hitting my first 20K month in my business, and what I saw was that, oh no, at the end of the month, I actually was like, shit, if I signed those 3 extra clients, I would have been at more. I would have been more than 20K. Man. Instead of being grateful of being able to hit the 20K month, I was ungrateful for not being able to sign the 3 extra clients. And at the end of the month, I would always think about the clients that I didn't sign rather than the ones that I did. Okay? While this may be helpful to a point where, you sort of work on improving your skills. Let's say, why didn't I sign those 3 clients? We don't do it dispassionately. More often than not, this is more emotional, and we emotionally charge that sort of reaction. Okay? As a result of that, we start attracting more and more of that. Life sees that, you're not grateful? Oh, okay, here's more things to be ungrateful for. Life doesn't distinguish between positive and negative. They're both attractive. If you have positive attention on something, you're going to attract more and more of positive situations. If you have negative attention on something, you're going to attract more and more of negative situations. If you're neutral about something, then you don't attract. Okay? Positive and negative have the power to attract. So with that being said, I saw that in my life, and not even just in my programs and in my business, but in every single area of my life, I was always focused on what didn't happen and expressing dissatisfaction in that. It's like, if I just done this, if I just done that, and that sort of messes you up, because now this becomes a habit, okay? This becomes a sort of habit where you can't break free from it. I started to see the insanity of that. Like, holy shit, I just hit my year-long goal that I set for myself, and I'm complaining about it. Wow, that's crazy. And that's when you begin to wake up and see how you've really been conditioned. So the goal right now is to get to a point where you consciously ditch that old way of thinking and adopt a newer way of thinking. So Now I'm going to share with you why most people fail with affirmations. Okay, this is tied into the previous concept that I was discussing, expressing dissatisfaction rather than expressing satisfaction. So most people fail with affirmations because there is no proof of this affirmation. Okay, the mind won't want to accept an idea that's just a theory. It needs concrete proof. This is just how the mind works. If you don't see it in physical reality, it won't want to accept it. This is just because of our sense perceptions. Okay, this is what the mind takes in. Now, it's important that you get your mind to accept new ideas, because then the possibility opens up for you to get bigger and bigger. This is where confirmations come in. Okay? So what I want to share with you right now is really what is an affirmation, what does it do in our minds, what is a confirmation, and what does it do? So an affirmation, essentially what it does is it launches a new design. Okay? So this is the beginning, the blueprint of a new design. So anytime you have an idea, it begins as an affirmation. Right? So you say, oh, I want to be confident. Okay, let's write down a affirmation of Quasi is confident. Quasi attracts women. Quasi attracts the right kind of business partners. Quasi attracts the right kind of prospects and prospective clients into his business. Right? So that's me launching a new idea. But the mind won't want to accept this because there's no proof of it. All right? So what you got to do is your mission becomes consciously expressing gratitude for when it happens. This is where confirmations come in. A confirmation actually establishes the design and makes adjustments to it. So the confirmation establishes the design in physical reality. So you need to work with both. Okay? You need to work with both the affirmation and the confirmation. Because what we're taught to do now is to just say affirmations and that's it. The job is half done. Right? If you don't get to a point where you're consciously confirming your affirmations, then you will unconsciously fall back to that old process of finding proof for why you don't attract ideal clients. So to give you an example, let's say my affirmation is, Quasi attracts ideal clients. And then maybe I get someone who's messaging me who seems like a qualified prospect, and I say, see, Quasi does attract ideal clients. I do attract ideal clients. This is working. Even though this client hasn't come into my program, I still say that to myself anyways, because we're looking for the tiniest speck of proof. Okay, that's what you want to do. You want to look for the tiniest speck of proof that opens up the possibility for this to happen. Because as you keep confirming it more and more, you keep attracting that situation more and more. And this sort of ingrains in your mind that, yes, Quasi is qualified. Quasi does it. Quasi is this kind of person. So your self-image as a whole changes. Okay? So we fail to do this, and we fall back to that old pattern of, you know what? It's another shitty client, another day. Because if you don't consciously confirm and you just say the affirmation, what's going to happen is, okay, I say my affirmation, Quasi attracts qualified clients. And when the little bit of qualified client comes in, I don't confirm it. I just ignore it and say, that's nothing. That's just maybe someone showing interest, whatever. It's probably a fluke anyways. That's you going back to your old patterns, right? That's you going back to your old conditioning of expressing dissatisfaction and proving your old worldview. In the follow-up video I'm going to make, I'll talk about what is known as your reticular activating system, why you must change that to start consciously focusing on that which you want to see. And as a result, that will become your unconscious neutral, your subconscious neutral, okay? So with this, in this video, understand what the affirmation is, what the confirmation is, and why you need a combination of both to consciously override this thinking process, right? So I hope that makes sense. And now let's go to the 2 keys that's going to help you do this in your life. Key number 1, what you want to do first of all is create a list of affirmations that you say to yourself. Let's say around 10 to 15, right? So you want to create a list of affirmations. Maybe I would recommend ideally creating a list of 10. And every single morning, say them to yourself and visualize yourself achieving these affirmations and these affirmations being a reality in your life. Okay? Make a list of 10. First thing you wake up in the morning, when your mind is your subconscious is the most moldable, say the affirmations to yourself. Key number 2, what you want to do is use your daily life your day-to-day living to find proof of this confirmation, of this affirmation being confirmed, okay? So let's say mine is, I'm confident women pay attention to me. I'm confident prospective clients come. Throughout the day, I see a woman looking at me for more than 10 seconds. I'm like, oh, I am attractive, yes. Or I go on prospecting activities on Facebook and I see, oh, look, someone just reached out to me and is interested in my program. Great. It's working. I'm attracting prospective qualified clients who are, good and a fit for my program. Quasi is confident. Quasi does have a good program. The affirmation is being confirmed. Okay, that's the point you want to get to. And what you also especially want to do is at nighttime, right before you fall asleep, you want to actually see the confirmations as well. So you want to analyze through your day and find the tiniest bit of proof when this affirmation has actually happened. I promise you, if you do this process for 30 days, your whole life will change. You will look back at 30 days and be like, holy shit, look at this. Like my whole life has changed. Because what's going to happen is it's going to build up. Okay, these confirmations are going to build up and you're going to completely transform yourself. This is subconscious programming at its best. Okay, so this is personally what I practice, what people in the Reality Mastery Program, clients in the Reality Mastery Program with me practice as well. This is what we've used to transform ourselves completely. They're probably going to be pissed that I'm sharing this with you guys, but I want to give you guys value. So make sure you try this out. And just to recap, you have to understand that you have to overcome the unconscious conditioning that you innocently accepted. You didn't choose to accept it, but for some reason you did. And now we want to consciously override it. That's the price you pay for living unconsciously, okay? So we want to consciously override this process. And the way to do that is with affirmations and confirmations, okay? Unconscious programming says, express dissatisfaction when something doesn't go well. Take it for granted when something does. This is coming from a scarcity mindset. You might be thinking, oh, this is abundance mindset. No, this is scarcity mindset because you're just watching out for when things go wrong and you're holding on to the good things. You're just holding on to the good experiences that you're having. You're like, hold on to it. It might go away any second. Right? That's how you're living. So you're expecting it to go bad when you express dissatisfaction. This is what it tells the universe. This is what it tells the mind. You want to get out of this. You want to express satisfaction when things do go right. Ignore it when things go wrong. Ignore it in the sense that you don't emotionally react to it. You don't give it an attention, a charge of attention, but deal with it. Ignore the reaction, but deal with it as necessary. Right? And most people fail with affirmations because there is no proof, and the mind needs proof. Most people fail with affirmations because they begin resisting the affirmations. Right? They try to say an affirmation, but because there's no confirmation, they resist it, and they don't want to believe it. The mind doesn't want to believe it. And remember that the affirmation launches a new design. Confirmation establishes this design, and you can make adjustments to it as you please. 2 keys are, from now on, create a list of 10 affirmations, say them to yourself first thing in the morning, and key number 2 is in your daily living, find proof of these affirmations happening. The tiniest speck of proof, it doesn't have to be big. The smallest it is, find proof. And at night, before you fall asleep, read them again and look for confirmation of these 10 affirmations. One confirmation that these 10 affirmations have actually become a reality in your life. And with that, I conclude this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure, if you were interested in the Reality Mastery Program with me, click on the link in the description below to sign up for the free one-to-one consult. And also, if you didn't know what the Reality Mastery Program is, it's where you'll be working with me closely, where we will be helping you transform your life completely at the very core, at the subconscious, at the identity level. Okay, if you're interested in that, make sure you click on the link in the description below. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell there so you're notified of any new video that I put out. And I'm super excited to announce that you can also join the free Facebook group. The link for that is also in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope this was valuable to you. Leave me a comment if it was, and also the kind of topics you would like to see. Till next time, peace.